I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty pumped about this whole YouTube thing. Um, give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about the whole YouTube thing. It's so easy to upload the video when we're done. I tagged you. Yes, I did. All right, rock and roll. Let's go live. All right. Good morning, everybody. It's a great day to have a great day. I'm so fired up. Yeah, my name is John Mercado. I'm here with my best friend, Robert Ovidio. Welcome back to Virtual Coffee Break, Health, Mindset, Motivation. Listen, it's going to be a great day. It's a great day to have a great day. I don't know if you woke up this morning like me in the midst of a storm, right? In the Katy area, there was thunder, there was lightning, there was wind, and there were garbage cans, flying down the street. The stop sign was going like this, right? I don't know if you woke up in the middle of a storm, but I heard this one time. I've always internalized this. There's a saying, it says that the devil whispered, "Are you ready for the storm?" And the person replied, "I am the storm." Right. So there might be a storm going on outside. Is there a storm going on inside of you? Whatever it is, it's time to grow. It's time to get through the storm. The eye is coming. And when the eye is coming, you see the light, the sun coming out, clearing everything up, right? You are the eye of your own storm. You can clear everything up like that if you want to. I'm just so grateful, that the people I know, the people, at least in my area, had no damage from that storm. I'm just so grateful that I'm in control, that you're in control, that Robert's in control. We're in control of how we respond to the storms in our life. And talk about somebody who's so mentally tough. Talk about somebody that he always controls the outcome because he's a master of how he responds. He's got so much experience, and I'm just so excited for us to hear from him today. So Robert, I'm passing it to you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. You know what? We're talking about storms here. You made me think about all kinds of different things when it comes to storms. So this morning I got up early and, with the storm passing through, the lights flicker, right? We had a couple of, what you could say, electrical surges. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. But it made me think of storms. And the reason why is because if you think about it, when you're out in the ocean on a boat in calm waters, you're not forced to grow. There's no pain, there's no uncertainty, there's no desire to work. You're calm. But in the storm, you're required to grow. You have to adapt from the fear and uncertainty of what's going to happen, from the pain of maybe getting sunk. And so what you have to do is you have to get better. See, nothing good comes in calm waters. Everything great comes in choppy waters. A buffalo will run through to the storm to get through it faster, where a cow will run from the storm and stay in it longer. What are you, a cow or a buffalo? And I thought about that this morning because I was thinking about, during the calm times of your life is when you should be planning the most. During the stormy times is when you should be growing the most. But at no time should you ever be calm and stopped and stagnant, because then you'll never achieve what you want. And a lot of times that happens in our life. And so I want you to check yourself this morning. Are you in a place where you're starting to believe the accolades, praises, and recognition? Or you're in a place where you're still hungry and you want more? See, there's a time in our lives where we accomplish something. And when we accomplish it, we start to believe the praises, the accomplishments, the recognition. And what happens is we stop growing and going after what we truly ever wanted, because greatness is upon us at all times. And there's always another level to level up on. And so I want you to check yourself this morning and find out and ask yourself, where are you at right now in life? Are you enjoying the praises and accomplishments? Or are you going after greatness and bigness and things that are much bigger than where you're at now? Because that inner savage can be put to rest. But that inner savage must stay hungry at all times. Because if you don't feed it and continue feeding it and continue feeding it and continue feeding it, at some point it'll get full and it'll stop. Just like the mind. Have you ever seen people go to a buffet and they just keep eating, but the minute they stop, that's it, they're done. See, they don't give the mind enough time to think about them being full. But the minute they stopped, the mind says, okay, we're done. But until they stop, they can keep going. Okay. And our life is the same way. See, when you go after greatness, you got to stay focused on what you truly wanted, because on the way to greatness, there's accomplishments. On the way to greatness, you reach heights that you've never reached before. On the way to greatness, there's milestones. But if you're not careful, you can feel full. See, that inner savage needs to stay hungry at all times, no matter how much it's fed. That inner savage needs to continue fighting for what it wants, no matter what it's given. Somebody asked me this morning, they said, Robert, when you get to a certain amount of income, are you going to celebrate? And I said, no. They go, why not? That's a huge accomplishment. I said, because that's an expectation, not an accomplishment. See, the minute I stop expecting it is a minute that I've given up. But the minute I continue to expect it to happen is a minute I continue working, no matter what I go through. See, quit wishing and hoping for something that might happen and start expecting it, and watch how you'll achieve it faster. Guys, there's no time in life. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. The question is, what are you doing with it? And like any storm in life, like the storm from this morning, adversity will pass. But what did you learn from it? See, challenge yourself this morning. Get out of your comfort zone. Stop riding that wave of praises and accomplishments and go get hungry. John, back to you.
Robert, that was so powerful, man. And it's funny because we both hopped on a little bit late, and we coordinated nothing like we always don't. But we had a very similar way that we very similar stuff we were going to talk about. And I heard this one time, and I know you've heard this too. But a great leader, he once said that we're either in a storm, we're coming out of a storm, or heading right into a storm. Right? There's very few moments of calm that you have. And Robert, you're so right when you said that's when you got to be planning, because you know it's coming. Right? That's where you have to make the decision that you're going to run into the storm versus run away from the storm. So you make the decision that you're going to get better in the midst of the storm versus you letting your boat get sunk. So that's so true. In fact, my father-in-law, I don't even know if he watches these calls. If he does, shout out to my father-in-law. He's awesome. But he says that he's got the 6 P's, right? He says the 6 P's. It says perfect planning prevents piss poor performance, right? And it's true. And I wish I would take that advice more often, right? I think we all need to get better at planning. We all got to get better at planning, right? Some of us are good at planning some areas and not other areas, right? But no, I'm reading a book right now that's called The Winner's Brain. It's a great book. I really recommend it. But one of the things that really stood out to me that really talks about this, it's called the map, the rev, and the drive, right? So map, the first thing is you got to map out your vision, right? What do you want? How do you get there? Right? And think in ink, by the way, write it down. Like we tell all of our people, write out your goals and then text them to me. I want to know what your goals are. I want to be able to have them in front of me. I want you to have them in front of you, because we need to be in front of our goals. We got to think in ink. We got to write it down. It gets ingrained in our brain. But then we also have the planning to prevent the piss poor performance, right? That way, when we walk into the storm, we already know what for the most part, what's coming. We don't get blindsided. The second thing is rev, right? Like you're revving an engine, right? You got to get in the right vehicle. Most people think they're in the right vehicle to get to their goals, but they're not, right? They have a goal of making, let's say that they want to double or triple their income, but they're not willing to leave their job. That's not going to happen at your job. I mean, you can ask your boss for that 100% raise and see what they say. It's probably not going to happen, right? They want to get to a certain fitness level, but they're not willing to give up snacks, or they're not willing to go to bed earlier, right? Or they're not willing to go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, or fit it in, right? They don't have to go at 5 in the morning, but they're not willing to fit it in, right? So, revving the engine is creating the business. It's starting the side hustle. It's hey, maybe you're trying to rev up your relationship. You're getting down. It's getting down on one knee. Shout out to our boy Francisco, man. We're so freaking fired up for you and Carla, bro. Congratulations on your engagement. But it's getting down on one knee, right? If you don't know how to do that, start doing leg day, right? Because start doing some forward lunges, guys, and you'll learn how to do it, right? It's revving the engine, is putting yourself in a position. I called somebody out, right? Some girl just went, amen, right? Revving the engine is putting yourself in a position to win, right? You got to map it out, then you got to rev the engine, and then you got to drive. Drive is go, move, run, pedal to the metal, attack, go and get it, drive. And that doesn't mean there's not going to be potholes or roadblocks or red lights or construction, but in your head, if you've got the GPS, if you've mapped it out, you can see those things coming. If you can't see those things coming, that's great. Change your tire. You get a flat, change the tire. But drive means go. It means go. Even if you're going at 2 miles an hour, you're still going, right? And hopefully you're going at 200 miles an hour, but you still go. And so I believe that we're a quarter down to the year. There's 3 quarters left. We're 18 days into the second quarter. A lot of us are not on track. A lot of us are not where we want to be. Some of us are on track, but regardless of where you are, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're on track, I'm going to encourage you to go back and revisit your map. Make sure you're on track. Go back and look at it from a different lens. You've got 1 quarter of experience now. Where are some blind spots? Right? Go back and relook at the plan. Check your vehicle. Make sure you're in the right vehicle. Make sure you're doing the right things. And then get back and pedal to the metal, get back after it. If you're not on track, listen, I set some big goals this year, right? And personally, right? And so if you're not on track, go back and look at the map. Maybe you didn't map it out the right way. Maybe you're in the wrong vehicle. Maybe you're just not doing the right things. Correct it and attack, drive, pedal to the metal, get after it. You got to translate intention into action. And I'm going to close this out with this. Like Robert said this perfectly. He says, you got to welcome the savage in you, right? That sounds like a scary thing, and it should be. Ladies, you're powerful. Men, you're powerful. Everyone, you're powerful. There's somebody inside you. There's this instinctual being inside of you that the instinct is to attack. Whether you're outgoing or you're an introvert, it doesn't matter. We have this internal being that instinctively is attack. Reignite, reinvent the savage in you. Let your go-to emotion and action be to attack, not hit somebody. That's not what I mean when I say that. I mean, hit your problems, hit your goals, hit the day, attack. If you're not making the money you want to make, that's great. Attack. If your business isn't where you want it to be, attack. If your mindset's not where you want it to be, attack. If your weight's not where you want it to be, attack. If your relationship's where you not want it to be, attack the problems, not the person. Whatever's going on in your world, let the default be attack. Don't let it be passive. Be aggressive. Go out there and get it done. You guys have what it takes. We just got to do what it takes. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. Robert's not perfect. You're not perfect. But we're designed to be perfect as long as we want to go get it, right? Map, rev, drive, attack. Let's go make it a big week. Guys, we appreciate you plugging in with us. If this is your first time hanging out with us, we're so grateful. Do us a favor, like and share this call with everybody you know and some people you don't know. Listen, we've got a brand new YouTube channel. We're starting it from the ground up. We've got a ton of calls from the past. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not spending 5 hours uploading all those things. So we're just starting fresh. You can check out last week's call on YouTube. You can check out this week's call on YouTube in a little bit. I'm going to put our YouTube handle in the comments below. And if you keep hanging out with us, we love you. We're grateful. We appreciate you. Do us a favor, drop us a comment below with what you enjoyed most out of this call, some ideas, thoughts, and suggestions, things you want to hear more about, because we want to hear from you. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, whatever it might be to stay plugged in. Facebook, we will catch you later.